Okay, so something that I've been actually wanting to talk about for a while is my taste in music, and I've been wanting to talk about this because I feel like it's a big part of who I am. So of course, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm really a huge fan of punk rock and heavy alternative music, especially whenever it comes to like, I don't know, the Smashing Pumpkins I'm really into. I'm also into Aerosmith, but I like songs like Iron Man by Black Sabbath, Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne. I'm really into that punk rock type of grunge type of metal, but not really metal. I have a bone to pick with that later. But what I wanted to talk about today was I wanted to talk about how music has essentially shaped who I am. I mean, it's even funny because I'm wearing this Kurt Cobain, like literally a Kurt Cobain shirt. This was completely unintentional. I just wore this and I just decided to make this video, maybe subconsciously. Whenever I'm feeling down or sad, I like to just like, I don't know, like listen to music. And especially the type of music I listen to has like really had an effect on my mood, especially whenever it comes to the band Nirvana. Now, I'm not gonna glaze up Nirvana because I'm sure that they already have a lot of fans anyway, but the reason why I'm so drawn to punk rock in general is, I don't know, I just really have gravitated towards that because whenever I started getting into Nirvana, or really just grunge in general, the whole idea of grunge is anti-mainstream. It's to not fit in, it's to not care. And I really do gravitate towards that because they don't really care. Grunge bands, especially Nirvana, they don't really care about like how they sound. They just, I mean, they sound good, but that's a part of who they are. They just don't care how they sound. They don't have to be perfect, and that's alright. And if you don't like them because of that, then they don't want you back. They've said it many times before. And I think that like sort of says something. Like, I don't know, like I feel like we sort of lost a way of expression through music into more perfection and, you know, like looks and reputation more than anything. I could be definitely wrong about this, but I feel like a lot of the stuff that we see is like almost like a direct contrast as to what was set beforehand, if that makes any sense. I'm going to go out on a limb here and I'm just going to say, for instance, let's look at the clout goggles. Alright, I know that those were already a thing and that people already wore them. However, Kurt Cobain actually wore them in a photo shoot once. I'll go and throw it up on screen here. It's actually one of his most iconic fits ever. Not like the most, but one of the most. And later on, rappers started to do the same thing, and I remember like back in high school, a lot of people wore them. Not to say that Kurt Cobain invented them or whatever, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that like he made it iconic and then like people rehashed it and people like repopularized it or whatever, unknowingly, or whether they took inspiration or not. Either way, back then he set the precedent for what came in the future. Along with his fits, bro, the dude had the most like glazed up type like best fits ever. Like I tear up some of my clothes just so that I could kind of like look like him and have that not caring look. Everything is such about perfection in today's world, and that's why I gravitate heavily towards punk rock and grunge and punk music in general, is because it's just a not caring. It's like it's almost like a freedom almost, and that's actually how Nirvana got its name, is because Kurt Cobain said in an interview like how Nirvana got its name, and he said that he was hungover and that one morning he just looked in a dictionary and he found the word Nirvana, and he like looked it up and he found out the word Nirvana meant, you know, freedom from pain or suffering from the external world. And he said that's what punk rock or punk means to him, and that's what it means to me too. I really don't get why musicians or people nowadays think that everything has to be so perfect or whatever. I think that there's like a beauty in just not caring and just having stuff messy, whether it be your looks, whether it be your voice, how you play or whatever. Like honestly, now since I actually play guitar and I actually think I play kind of good, not like the best, but I play kind of good, it's just sort of not caring. Like at first, yeah, I want it to be perfect, but now it's just sort of like I don't care. And the more I don't care about something is the more that I do well in it, or the more that I think I like it more, and hence I want to improve in it more. It's almost paradoxical. And this leads me to my another point, my third point, is that the music that I listen to, like the punk rock music like Nirvana or Soundgarden or Alice in Chains or the Smashing Pumpkins, that music has shaped my identity and who I am as a person and how I put my content out to you guys. So I know that it's kind of weird to connect these dots, but it's sort of the same way. Whenever I first started off YouTube, at least like in making like commentary style, doing whatever videos, I really wanted to make it perfect. Like I'm talking like I really wanted to make it perfect. I would spend like days upon days like rewatching the video, making sure that everything was all right. I would cut off a lot of stuff just so then it would be perfect. Everything, it was just like crazy the amount of perfectionism I had back then. And now it's just sort of like I just don't care. And I'm sure that the quality also has improved. I don't really know. I mean, maybe it hasn't. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that the overall feel and the overall vibe I would say, of how I go about videos is the same way on how Nirvana and how other grunge and punk bands went about their music. They just simply express who they are, and if it happened to do well, then it happened to do well, and that's it. But they just express who they are through their music, and that's the same thing with me. I'm trying not to be such a perfectionist. If I have something on my mind, I'm gonna make it that day, and I want to turn videos into something that I love, in which it already is. Like right now, I just sort of hopped on. I was looking at my shirt, I was like, you know what, this would be a good idea. And you know, I am really thankful that I found punk rock and grunge, because before everything was just so like, I don't know. I guess it's just not that common of a thing for people to attribute their personality to music. I know that people like can say that, but you get what I'm coming from. I guess it's not as simple as like, I guess I had to have a lot of deep reflection about this, even in how I view myself and the world. Like Kurt Cobain once said in his journals that he said that he likes to make people feel superior whenever they look at him. Like basically whenever people look at him, he just doesn't care what other people think. Like whenever, he just really doesn't care. In fact, he would actually like it if you think you're all high and mighty or whatever, simply because that just shows that he just doesn't care. He doesn't put that much time and effort into how he looks. He puts more into what he has to say, and that means very much a lot to me. Like it really does. And there's a lot of like things that I can contribute to music in general, but especially punk and grunge and heavy alternative. It's just like that has really helped me over the past few months and even few, I guess, weeks, like cope into anytime I was sad or anytime I was happy. I really didn't know what to do, or if I was bored. And I know it feels like I'm like rambling or whatever, but I just really wanted to get personal with you guys, and I just really wanted to say that, you know, like I just wanted to be open and honest with you guys, and I wanted to say that this is essentially who I am and how I go about, you know, my videos and my whole YouTube channel is sort of the same feeling, that sort of like not caring. Like yes, I will care in videos and I will put effort, but will I be perfectionism, as in like I'm going to like try and copy, like, oh, I see another video like a Mr. Beast, let me try and copy his thumbnails, let me try and copy. No, I'm never gonna do that, and I'm sure you guys know that. I just like, I don't know, I just like sort of have been wanting to talk about this with you guys. If I don't know, I just wanted to be honest with you guys about it. And even this video, like I'm just making it sort of off script, I'm just sort of talking, and I just want to let you guys know that I love you guys and that this is the direction of my channel. It is getting super bright in here, oh my word. But I would heavily advise you guys watching interviews of like Nirvana or any other grunge band, like I don't know, Soundgarden, or I guess Smashing Pumpkins could also be in there as well. But I would really advise you guys to watch their interviews, or to like, I don't know, like listen to their music. Some songs I really like by Nirvana is Blue, School, Come As You Are, Drain You is really good. Yeah, and that's about it. I know that I'm glazing up a lot of Nirvana, a lot of grunge, and that's alright to me. But I really hope that you guys have a great day, and I just wanted to talk about this with you guys. Anyways, have a great rest of the day, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Alright, catch you later, boys. Bye-bye.
Now the main problem area is up here. All of this going on up here is what's causing me the most physical discomfort. It's like a visceral reaction of discontent coming from this area. This area is not good either. I hate this, but I'm mainly worried about this.